recap. Right now, we're going to be talking about three people that took the stand. We got Capricorn Clark, we got Deontay Nash, the stylist, and then we got Mia, basically the person that wanted her identity basically covered, but you already know how internet is nowadays. They done discovered who she is. We know the name, but
Don't
we
say her full name. I'm not trying to get her to come after us.
facts.
She's a Jane Doe.
Facts. But I mean, we gonna play the video here of everybody that came to the court for this week 3. Then we gonna come back and let you know everybody's testimony.
Quincy, what's your next move?
Deontay, how's the baby?
Former Cassie stylist Deontay Nash is testifying on the stand, and he brings up Michael B. Jordan. So remember, there was all this speculation that she may have dated Michael B. Jordan. They asked him, do you know anything about this Michael B. Jordan? He says, yes, I hooked them up. Why not? He fine, she fine.
Miss Combs, you so fine, girl. I would drink your
Sharing
bad water.
bodies with Diddy.
I would drink
Not
your bad
Michael
water,
B.
Miss Combs. Now, Miss Combs. Miss Combs, you is so beautiful.
That's crazy. He ended up getting with two of Diddy's exes.
Cassandra, what are you doing? What's the blue dot?
So which one is it?
Thank you for
Capricorn.
coming.
Which one
Capricorn.
is it? Which one is it?
Thank you
Was
for coming.
Lauren London on the
Thank you
phone?
for coming. Thank you for coming.
Exactly. And that was Capricorn Clark leaving. So I mean, Coach, let me just tell you how this basically court case is going on so far. Like TMZ just said, Deontay Nash, he was basically the stylist for Cassie. Basically his whole point of him going on the court and taking a stand was to basically prove what Cassie's saying was true. Because remember, Cassie was like, it was she was being threatened with revenge P, and how he said he was gonna expose the videos. He basically basically talked about that, and he basically told the situation how Diddy basically threatened to show the Cassie parents, and then he was like, girl, go ahead and let him do it, because it's not like he ain't doing no weird stuff on there too, because you already know Diddy was walking around in Hanukkah mask and everything, basically.
Hanukkah mask.
Crank yanking. He was walking around in like crazy outfits and everything, crank yanking. So you got that, and then on top of that, he talked about how like he hooked up with Michael B. Jordan, and the whole reason was talking about that whole story was basically to introduce the John Doe, the Mia girl. Mm-hmm. So that's basically to introduce her into the story. So he told that story, and then let me see here. And then with that, the next person to the stand came up was Capricorn Clark. Capricorn Clark is basically one of the assistants. You got two assistants that came up. You got the John Doe, which I'm gonna tell you the name in a few. Then you got Capricorn Clark. Now Capricorn Clark, she was the one that talked about the whole Kid Cudi. She was with the Kid Cudi situation. You remember how they were like, "Oh yeah, Diddy broke in the house. He blew up Kid Cudi Porsche, messed with the dog, put the dog in the closet." Took the
and scarred it for life.
Scarred the dog. You sound so hard about it. He did so much mean things, and the only thing you always talk about is the dog. Like,
because no one knows what he did.
But the dog.
For some reason, the dog doesn't like peanut butter anymore.
Exactly.
It's criminal.
Or butter.
Or butterscotch.
Exactly. And dogs supposed to love peanut butter too.
All dogs love peanut butter.
Nah, but so basically, you know what Diddy did? He messed with the dog, put the dog in a closet, took all the Christmas present Kid Cudi had wrapped up.
And he ate all the Pringles.
Horrible. Ate all horrible. Ate all. My co-host is crazy. So he did all that, unwrapped all the presents, and Capricorn Clark is the one. Capricorn Clark is the one that said like, "Oh yeah, I seen Diddy breaking basically getting to Kid Cudi's house." She said,
Did they drive him?
They drive. Yeah, they say they drive her. This is the whole kidnapping part of this. This is the part of the RICO that they're trying to prove. Capricorn Clark was basically trying to prove a couple of things. One, the whole kidnapping. She said that Diddy came to her apartment, had a weapon in his hand, and she told the government that, oh yeah, he pointed it at me. But then on the cross examination, they found out that, oh yeah, he didn't point it at me. He was just waving it around because he was mad because he found out that Cassie was messing with Kid Cudi, and he wanted to find Kid Cudi. And then he told her to get dressed and come on, let's go. And she didn't really put up. She said she didn't put up a fight. She just went to put on some clothes because she felt like, Diddy's crazy. I don't want no crazy things to happen. So she felt like she can like de-escalate the situation. They ride to Kid Cudi's house. She talks about that situation. She never talks about the whole little Kid Cudi car blowing up. So arson still not proved. Nobody has proof of the arson. She never saw it. She just
saw it. They said he was there.
Nobody saw her. Nobody saw it. Even the dog nanny. The dog nanny who was there. The dog nanny called and said the car's on fire. And then the DNA evidence they're trying to scratch off is like the cocktail bomb had female DNA on it. So it wasn't Diddy. So there's nothing really to point to Diddy. So you can prove kidnapping, kind of, sort of, but she didn't really say no. She just said, okay, whatever, I go, because I just was afraid that Diddy, was going to do some crazy stuff.
I think he's going to get hit with something. I don't know if he's going to get as severe as they wanted, but I think he'll still at least get like
of course
8, 10, 15 rather than like 20, 30, 40 your life.
Exactly. I mean, like, he got the unfair work environment. He was like working people like a slave, which I still don't understand because
what if he goes to like a one of those like rich people prisons, like minimum security?
He would. I mean, it wouldn't be minimum security because it's a violent crimes.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be like maybe a maximum security. He'd be by himself like Tory Tory Lanez ain't by himself no more.
Tory Lanez got shanked up.
True. So I mean, yeah, maybe you be by yourself a little bit, then you'll end up being by yourself because I think YNW Melly is by himself.
That's crazy. When you're a celebrity, they usually have you in like a different area because they know like people will try to extort you if they put you with like regular schmegular
General Pop, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's crazy that they set up Tory Lanez where he'd be around people that have life.
For it. You say he too much a real one. He didn't want to take the stand because he didn't want to snitch, and I'm pretty sure he didn't ask for General Pop because you remember how like Soulja Boy was like, oh yeah, they ended up finding out like he was with the celebrities and everything. He wasn't in General Pop, and he was like, you lying? I told him I wanted General Pop, and they said you can't do it because you're a celebrity.
Soulja Boy?
Yeah, Soulja Boy ended up saying that. And that's when Draco the Ruler ended up exposing him about that. But back to the whole Diddy situation. So she talked about the kidnapping. She talked about the work environment, how like, Diddy basically like threatened like, oh yeah, you'll never work in this business again. He's like basically like you're never working in a business again. Anytime he basically didn't like anything she did, he called HR. HR used to basically like suspend her and everything. So she didn't like that. And then on cross-examination, they also found out like she sent a whole bunch of emails to Diddy like praising Diddy. So it made the situation look kind of weird.
Always looks weird.
Yeah, that's what made it like a little. That's what this whole week looked. This is what made this whole week 3 look a lot fishy. Like everybody came up. Like the stylist came up. Not yet. The stylist came up, Capricorn Clark came up, and the John Doe person came up. They all talked about Diddy was a bad person, but they all kept in contact with him. It was like they didn't care as long as the money was coming in, and they wasn't even getting paid a lot. At least one girl was like, I was getting like $60K.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She had the opportunity to get like even like 80, 90K, but she felt like she would get more opportunities. So that's what she said. So she stayed with Diddy, making only like 60.
That's what makes So that's what makes like the unfair work environment look kind of crazy. Because like it's been times where like you could have left, but like you didn't choose to leave. Like you chose it's like you said Jive offered you 90K, you took the 60K. So I mean like that situation didn't look good. And then to go to the main witness because everybody thought Cassie was the main witness. You would have thought they got video of Cassie and everything. Cassie went up first, but she's not the main witness. The main witness,
she's like the star witness.
She's not the star witness.
Who's the star witness?
This is the lady right here. The star witness is the Mia girl, the John Doe. That's why they don't want to keep her identity shown. And on top of that, the person that's doing the testimony for her is like basically the head lawyer on the group. So this is the star witness because she basically has the stories. Like she's talking about like 4 different encounters. Like she's the star witness because the way they showed it and the way she was on the stand, the whole day she cried every time. So like if you
yeah, I heard it took like forever to get through her testimony because she was like literally crying the entire time.
exactly, like if you the lawyer, you know, like I got this witness, like I got Cassie, but and like Cassie did all this violent things, but on cross examination it's gonna kind of look like, oh my god, maybe she was with it, maybe she wasn't with it. You don't know, but with this person right here, the way she gonna be crying on the stand, you gonna believe something.
That's the key.
That's the key. Because remember, you judge by the jury, you're not judged by the judge. So you know she on stage, she crying. She got 4 different encounters where like Diddy mess with her improperly. Also, you know, she talked about times where like Diddy came to the house. It was her and the stylist, and like they tag team Diddy, and they beat him up.
Oh yeah. They tried to save her.
They tried to save her, and like Cassie ended up busting her head open, and like Diddy tried to. That's when
He
Diddy
was like, call the
call the ambulance, and like she talked about like unfair work environments and how like Diddy used to throw like buckets of ice at her, ham and turkey and spaghetti. Oh, and she talked about that one time where like, you know, she was on a monthly. You know something, you know, women go through they monthly. You know, she wanted, you know, change her stuff.
I know you found this great photo with these
exactly
great title.
No, that's different. That's the hotel party. Like the girl had to clean up. This is basically like the assistant wanted to change her stuff, and like instead of going to change it, he was like, "Man, get out my house." He threw like a plate of spaghetti at her.
Yeah, he was being ridiculous. I mean, we saw that from the old TV shows.
But at the same time,
from making a band, you already knew he was crazy.
Exactly, but at the same time, you saying he did all this essay stuff 4 times. But remember, I showed you the video of her praising Diddy.
She was brainwashed. She's a victim.
A victim, brainwashed. You wasn't working with him anymore.
Huh?
What's the accountability? So you mean you can be at
sorry, are we talking about women?
Yes, goes.
Then we can't talk about accountability. It's forbidden.
That's horrible.
It's one of the rules.
And that's why right here. That's why we go to the next clip right here. And that's why we saying, since you can't count women for accountability, you always gotta count Diddy to come back through. You know, in Game 7, because 10 times out of 10, Diddy gonna win.
Oh, that's crazy that they literally asked him about Trump. They asked Trump about Diddy. So it says, y'all here for it. Trump says he would look at the facts when asked if he would pardon Diddy. And he's opening if he's being mistreated, but says he must look at the facts. That's crazy.
Exactly, man. We got a video right here. We gonna play the video, and then we gonna come back and let you know how Diddy gonna end up winning this whole RICO charge.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me. Mr. President.
And this is the biggest middle finger to the FBI. You know, Trump out here, you know, sticking a middle finger up to anybody and everybody that feels like they need to set an example to celebrities. He freed the Chrisleys. That's how you say their name, Chrisleys, right?
Yeah.
He freed the Chrisleys. I mean, he did the whole he did the Larry Hoover thing. So I mean, you know, he's out here, you know, I hear friends, celebrities sticking the middle finger up to people. So I feel like this is just so funny how like the feds and the FBI waste so much money to try to basically and pay off so many people to try to like basically lie on Diddy that they may win he may end up getting charged and they may end up doing like 3 years because I mean he's gonna have to end up giving his last pardon list like when he basically like leaves his term. I think he's only been in the office for like a couple months now, almost a year. So
yeah, he still has like 3 years plus. I believe
what 3 years max, 3 years and a half max. That's what he has. So that's the longest I feel like Diddy will end up doing. So end up getting found guilty about this. Ends up doing like 3 years in jail. I feel like that's deserving. Like you a bad person. Like you over here putting man stuff on your nips and licking it off your fingers. That deserves 5 years right there itself. Forget what happened to Cassie. That's
you
just
being
nasty.
the first thing that you can recall on instant. Probably deserves 6 months right there. Comment down below. We need to sign a petition to lock up my co-host for 6 months.
What do you mean? Because I mean,
that was your favorite part.
I mean, it's sad to say, but I mean, DV in Hollywood is kind of normal to me, but it's not normal having your girl with 15 guys and basically you rubbing it yourself like it's cocoa butter.
I don't. Are you trying to write a novel right now?
I'm just saying.
You're trying to paint the dirtiest picture ever.
I'm just. Oh gosh. And what if it's not all creamy? Some of it be clumpy. That's nasty.
It sounds like you were there.
Nah, it wasn't. I would have paid. We would have had a bigger We'd have had a bigger studio. Matter of fact, hey, I need to make a Craigslist. But hey, man, y'all comment down below. Do y'all feel like Diddy gonna win in Game 7? Is Trump gonna pardon Diddy? I feel like it's gonna happen.
I don't think he's gonna help him because, like you said, he turned his back on him.
Money talk.
Whenever
man.
he went, started running for president. So I don't think. I mean, if he was like still supported him or at least didn't hate on him, I think he'd be more inclined to pardon him. But I don't know. I mean, he might feel like he betrayed him. So he's like, he got to deal with it. He got to deal with.
We gotta see money talk, man. If Diddy can, I feel like if Diddy break him off at least like $7 million, and then support the next vice president and support Vance, the what's it called, the vice president when he run, he might get something. I feel like he might support him like he did Obama, make that whole little campaign.
He's gonna need $20 million.
Diddy got it. Diddy a billionaire.
Oh my god! You know what? You're right. He should be no problem for him to throw him a quick 100 mil.
Exactly, 100 mil for a pardon. That sounds like a fair trade, right?
150.
No, you pushing it. But nah, man, it's
250.
Oh Lord! But comment down below how much you think it should cost for Diddy to get that pardon. My co-host say